The coach of Hartford's new football team in studio. Next. Welcome to the Stan Simpson Show, a program about Connecticut people and compelling issues. Make it a point to drop in every week. The United Football League this year will kick off its second season. Minor league football, folks, has returned to the sports landscape here, and this time Hartford is in the mix. Head coach and general manager Chris Palmer, a Connecticut guy and an NFL coaching veteran, will talk about what this new challenge means for the capital city and the state of Connecticut. In our second segment, entertainment attorney James Walker talks about the return of a popular and controversial cartoon that has been on hiatus. And then we'll also get his thoughts on tonight's Oscars. Then finally, we'll wrap things up talking some politics with Hartford current Capitol Bureau Chief Chris Keating. What has been the fallout from last week's Senate debates, and what's the latest on Keno coming to Connecticut? But first, veteran coach of football lifer Chris Palmer, NFL. You coached in the Canadian Football League, in the USFL, and now coach, general manager of the new Hartford team. Congratulations.
Thank you, Stan. It's great to be here.
So, obvious question, why Hartford? You've been around for a long time, 38 years, a football lifer. Connecticut roots. What intrigued you about Hartford in minor league football?
Well, I think this is a tremendous opportunity. I think the fans are excited about their sports. I work for the Patriots, and I think Robert Kraft is a very, very bright man. And the
almost came here, you know.
Almost, that's right.
Long story.
I know he almost came here. And I said, well, if he thought it was worth coming here and we're going to put a team there, I think I want to be there. So I think the fans have embraced us. The people have been great. The response has been more than I thought it would be, and I'm excited to find a quarterback and get going.
So we have a Connecticut guy heading the Hartford team. We tape on Wednesday. We air Sunday. Today they're going to name the new name of the team among the different options. The Connecticut Yankees, I think, and there's the Hartford Guardians and the Hartford Knights and something else. It's the last one I forgot. We have a screen here of the different names going on there. So there we are, the Guardians, the Hartford Travelers. Hey, they've got to pay for that name, Coach. You go with the Travelers. You got to get Travelers to pay for that. Connecticut Yankees, Hartford Knights, Hartford Guardians. So today, on Fox 61 tonight, they'll reveal the name of the new team.
Well, I'm excited to hear what the name is.
What do you think?
Well, I was surprised at how many people have submitted names. It's over 5,000.
Wow.
And I don't have that many brothers or sisters to get right 5,000 votes in, but the response has been great. Some people had wrote in about the Whalers, trying to bring that back up. The Connecticut, the Hartford Knights has been a popular name.
Mm-hmm.
But there are 12 names, and as you know, the lawyers are involved right now trying to make sure that everything is all clear and ready to go. But we'll have a name here, and we'll be getting going here real quick.
Let's talk business now, Coach. Trying to sustain a minor league football league. You've been with the USFL. There's been the Arena Football League. There's been NFL Europe. I mean, this model has been tried before. You guys are doing something different here where you're not trying to take on the NFL but be a complement to it. But how do you sustain minor league football in this market?
Well, I think that right now the NFL is trying to do some things different. I think they're talking about going with 18 games. And my 20 years in the league, we always cut a couple of guys at the end of August that I thought could still play in the league. And, with 6 to 10 guys that can still play, you're saying, well, where are they going? Well, now they're going to come to our league, continue playing, and then late November, early December, where there's a bunch of injuries, these guys are going in and filling out NFL rosters. People don't realize we have 9 players that are on NFL rosters today, and where they're going to be there come September, who knows. But that's 17% of our squad that are in an NFL camp and going to try to make the team. And then if they don't make the team, they'll be back with us in September.
But every good business plan has an exit plan. You're a good businessman. You understand the NFL business. Mike Hugh from Windsor. Is it Hugh or Hugh?
Michael Hugh.
Michael Hugh, a bright business guy. would the exit plan be at some point for the NFL to buy out the UFL down the road and become part and parcel of the league?
Well, I think that the NFL is definitely going to have to solve their labor problems. I think that everyone that I've talked to in management realizes that they need a development league. The NFL Europe, it didn't pick up over there the way they would have liked, but the response for places like Hartford, Sacramento, we just announced the move to Sacramento this week. They had over 100 people at their press conference. There's a lot of places that want sports. They want a place where they can take their kids. It's going to be nice for a parent to come out to Rensselaer Field and be able to sit there and watch former NFL players, young rising stars that will be NFL players. And everybody forgets that it took Phil Simms 5 years before he was a quarterback for the New York Giants. And if we can develop some of these young kids, how many teams are going to wait 3.5 years for a Tony Romo before he throws his first pass? Mm-hmm. So I really believe that I'm helping and giving back to the game. I think the community of Hartford has embraced us. I've had people come in and tell me, hey, there's a buzz in the city about the team coming. So I just can't wait to get going. We're going to train locally here.
Where were you training? Where were you working?
We're trying to train down in Berlin, mm-hmm. and we're trying to work that all out. And parents can come with their kids and watch us practice, get autographs from the players. I think it'll be an exciting time. From one of your old backgrounds, Brewster, I used to go over to Fairfield University with my dad to see the Giants in the early 60s, to watch them practice when Wyatt Tittle and Charlie Connolly were still going. So I'm going to be excited to see some kids come over, watch us practice, and get close to the players.
Now, from a standpoint of getting the word out, you're going to be out there hands-on, but the season starts in September?
Yeah, we go to camp August 9th for our training camp. We'll train from August 9th until the end of August. We will have 5 games here in Hartford. One will be in September, 3 in October, and 1 in November. And right now it looks as though we'll have 4 Saturday night games and 1 Friday night game. I'm a little concerned about the Friday night because I don't want to hurt high school football. Mm-hmm. But as you know, TV dictates when you play your games and things like that. But
do you have a TV contract? We have about a minute left. Is there a TV contract? You're still working on that.
Well, they do have it with the HD and Versus. They do have that, and they're talking with a third party. That's not finalized yet, but we're getting very, very close, and hopefully people that can't get out and watch the game live will be able to see it on TV.
This is homecoming for you. About 30 seconds. You're a guy who went to Danbury, to Immaculate High School. You went to Southern Connecticut. You have deep Connecticut roots. This is you coming back home. Your thoughts personally on this?
Well, it was, having coached 20 years in the NFL and spending 9 years in Texas. I haven't bought boots yet, so I'm in good shape as far as that's concerned. But it's good to see some old friends that live here in the state, coached at UConn, coached at the University of New Haven.
Randy Edsel, you knew him back in the day, right?
We coached together at Jacksonville.
Right, and you were the former head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And we have about 30 seconds. Let me steal a minute or so from the next segment. Quick thoughts. You've coached Eli Manning. You've coached Doug Flutie, Herschel Walker, some great players, Tony Romo. Quick thoughts on Eli Manning and just some of the players you've coached there.
He is an outstanding person, and he's probably a better person than a football player. I mean, I think that much of him. And I know this. I'm a much better coach with good players, and I've had some good players.
Favorite player? Herschel Walker, Eli Manning, Tony Romo, Drew Bledsoe. You've coached all these guys.
I can't answer that.
The one who's most inspiring story of a big-name player you've coached, who was most inspiring?
I would say Tony Romo, because he was so patient and sitting for 3.5 years. A lot of guys would have lost their confidence. The fact that I went to the Giants and, Tom Coughlin's getting fired at the end of the year and Eli comes out, has a great year, and we win the Super Bowl. So I'm willing to take a chance.
That's just good coaching.
I don't know about that now. I say he's a good player.
All right, he's Chris Palmer, coach of the new Hartford team. We'll be naming them tonight. Up next, folks, we'll talk with James Walker, our entertainment attorney. Boondocks is back, and we'll talk about the controversial cartoon and what it means. Don't go away.